Tuesday, 5th November 2019. Mathematics paper 1. Foundation tier, non-calculator. Answer all questions. You must show all your working. The total mark for this paper is 80. Question number 1. Write down the value of 7 in the number 1074. So I have put here a decimal value chart to help you understand it. The 1 goes in the thousand column, the 0 goes in the hundreds, the 7 goes in the tens, the 4 goes in the ones. So the 7 represents 7 tens, which is 7 times 10, which is 70. Question number 2. Write 4.58 correct to 1 decimal place. You put a line after the first decimal place. I've got here the pink line. I've changed it to red. You look at the number after that line on the right is 8. Because it's 5 or more, you change it to a 1 and add it to that 5. So 5 plus 1 becomes 6. So the answer is 4.6. Work out 31.7 times 100. When you multiply by 100, you move the decimal place 2 places to the right. So you start 1, 2, and you put a 0 under the arch. So it becomes 3,170. Question number 4. Write the fraction 28 over 70 in its simplest form. We can divide its even number at the top, even number at the bottom. So half of 28 is 14, half of 70 is 35. And you can divide 14 divided by 7 is 2, and 35 divided by 7 is 5. It's 2 over 5. Or if you know 14 times table, 28 divided by 14 is 2, and 70 divided by 14 is 5. So you go in one step to the answer, but here you go in 2 steps. 1, 2. Question number 5. Write 15% as a decimal. 15, the percent means out of 100. The percent means out of 100. So you write 15 that divided by 100. When you divide by 100, you move the decimal place 2 places to the left. So you start from the front of the 5 and move it 1, 2. So it ends in front of the 1. So it's 0.15. The pictogram shows information about the number of pictures sold in an art shop in each of January, February, and March. Write down the number of pictures sold in January. So what you do is, if you look at January, February, and March, so the one square box represents 8 pictures. So put 8 in each box. So in January, 8 plus 8 plus 8 gives you 24. So there are 24 pictures in January. 12 pictures were sold in April. Show this information on the pictogram. In April, there were 12 pictures. So you have 8 for one square box and half of the box. 8 plus 4 is 12. Part C. What was the total number of pictures sold in these 4 months? The total number of pictures, you add all of them for January, February, March, April. So you add 24 plus 28 plus 20 plus 12, and that gives you 84. Question number 7. Work out the difference in minutes between 1 hour 25 minutes and 1 1/4 hours. Let's change 1 1/4 hours to minutes. That's 60 minutes plus 15 minutes. That's 75 minutes. 1 hour 25 minutes is 60 minutes for 1 hour plus 25 minutes. That gives you 85 minutes. And the difference is 85 minus 75 is 10 minutes. Remember, 1/4 of an hour is 15 minutes. It's the same as 1/4 times 60, which is 15, because it's 60 divided by 4. Question number 8. Pasha has 5 blocks of wood. The total weight of all 5 blocks of wood is 3 kilograms. 4 of the blocks of wood each have a weight of 650 grams. Work out the weight in grams of the other block of wood. So you find the total weight of 4 blocks. 650 times 4 gives you 2,600. The 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So 3 times 1,000, it gives you 3,000. So we want 3,000, 3 times 1,000 minus 2,600, which gives you 400 grams. Question number 9. PQR is a straight line. PQR. Work out the size of angle X. The 3 angles will add up to 180 because it's a straight line. It will add up to 180 degrees. So X would be given by 180 minus 100 minus 35. So that would give you 45 degrees. So it will be 180 minus 100 plus 35, and that gives you 45 degrees. Question number 10. Plot the point with coordinates 3, 2 and label it A. You go 3 to the right and 2 up. So that's the coordinate 3, 2. 3 to the right and 2 up. That gives you the coordinate 3, 2. Write down the coordinates of the midpoint of BC. The midpoint of BC, I've marked it there in the yellow, and the coordinates are -1 and 0. Question number 11. Mason throws a coin 3 times. The outcome of each throw is either heads or tails. List all the possible outcomes of the 3 throws. So you can get 3 heads, head, 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 or you can get 2 heads and a tail, or you can get a head first and then a tail and then a head, or you can get a head first and 2 tails, or you can get a tail first and 2 heads, or you can get tail, head, tail, or tail, tail, head, or tail, tail, tail. So those are all the possible outcomes. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 possible outcomes. Question number 12. Rehan is on holiday in the USA. He has $200 to spend on clothes. Rehan buys 1 pair of trainers costing $60, 3 t-shirts costing $25 each. He also wants to buy a jacket costing $80. Has Rehan got enough money to buy the jacket? You must show how you get your answer. So let's find out the cost of 3 t-shirts is 25 times 3, because 25 each and 3 of them. 25 times 3, it gives you 75. Total cost, including the cost of the jacket. So the total cost is the $60 plus the 75 plus the 80. So the total cost is 215. That's the 60 plus 75 plus 80. It's 215. So your change after you buy all 4 items. So 200 minus 60 minus 3 times 25, that gives you 65. So the answer is no, because he needs 215 pounds. And or you can say it only has 65 left, which is not enough. Or you need 15 pounds more. The trainers cost $60. The exchange rate is $1 is equals to 0.749. Rehan says the trainers cost less than 40 pounds. Rehan is wrong. Using a suitable approximation, show working to explain why. So 0.749, you can approximate it to 0.7. And if you multiply 0.7 times 60, that gives you 42, which is an underestimate. 42 is bigger than 40. And or you can use 0.74. So that shows you the complete answer for question 12. So it's important to show all of these steps when you do the questions because you need to show you're working. Question number 13. Simplify 2a times 5b. I've highlighted the 2 times the 5. It gives you 10. And then a times b. So answer is 10ab. And we put the a first and the b next. Simplify 3x plus 2y plus 5x minus y. I've highlighted, we collect the like terms. So I've highlighted the like terms. 3x plus 5x is 8x. And 2y minus 1y. They don't put the 1, but there's a 1. The 1y is equals to y. So your answer is 8x plus y. Question number 14. Work out 23 times 15. You can do it in a table form like that. 20 plus 3 is 23. And 10 plus 5 is 15. So you can do 10 times 20 is 200. 10 times 3 is 30. 5 times 20 is 100. 5 times 3 is 15. After you add those four numbers, you add 200 plus 30 plus 100 plus 15. That gives you 345. Or you can do it this way. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 and carry 1. 2 times 5 is 10, plus the 1 you carry is 11. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. And then you add them. 5 add nothing is 5. 1 add 3 is 4. 1 add 2 is 3. So you get 345. Question number 15. 120 people were at a hockey match. Each person was asked if they wanted to stand or to sit to watch the match. 75 of the people were female. 29 of the males wanted to stand. 30 of the people wanted to sit. Use this information to complete the frequency tree. So altogether, 120 people. And we have 45 were male. So 120 take away 75, it gives you 45. So 45 male and 75 female. So for the male, 29 of the males were standing. And that comes from the question. 29 of the males were standing. So we have 45 males altogether. So 45 take away 29, it gives you 16. So 45 take away 29, it gives you 16 males were sitting. On the female side, 75 females altogether. And to stand, there were 61 female. So 75 take away 14, it gives 61. And to sit for females, 30 take away 16 gives you 14, because 30 of the people wanted to sit, and because 16 are males who were sitting, the rest will be female, and then the stand. So that's how you complete that frequency tree. One of the 120 people is chosen at random. Write down the probability that this person is a male who wanted to stand. So it has to be a male and who wanted to stand. So you go to male and the one who wanted to stand. So there's 29 male who wanted to stand. And there's 120 people altogether. So the probability is the number of male who wanted to stand divided by the total number of people. Question number 16. Steve drove from his home to his friend's house. He stayed at his friend's house and then drove home. Here is Steve's travel graph. Distance from home in kilometers on the y-axis, time of day on the x-axis. A, for how many minutes did Steve stay at his friend's house? So Steve was at his friend's house at 12:45 up to 1:30. Between 12:45 and 1:30 is 45 minutes, because you have 15 minutes to 1 o'clock, and then 1 o'clock to 1:30 is 30 minutes. So it's 15 minutes plus 30 minutes, and that gives you 45 minutes. Part B, what was Steve's average speed on his journey home? Speed is distance divided by time. So the distance is 25 kilometers and the time is 0.5. Between 30 and 2 o'clock is between 1:30 and 2 o'clock is 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is 0.5 or half an hour. So 25 divided by 0.5 is the same as 25 times 2, which gives you 50 kilometers per hour. Question number 17. X minus 1 is equals to 2. Work out the value of 2x squared. We need to find the value for x. So x minus 1 equals to 2. You take the minus 1 to the right hand side, it becomes plus. So x becomes 2 plus 1, which is 3. So x is 3. And now we take that value for x and substitute it in for 2x squared. So instead of x, we'll put 3 there. So it will be 2 times 3 squared. 3 squared is 9. And 2 times 9 is 18. Question number 18. The pie charts show information about the favorite animal of each student at school A and of each student at school B. There are 480 students at school A, and there are 760 students at school B. Henry says the same number of students at each school have tigers as their favorite animal. Is Henry correct? You must show how you get your answer. So let's start with school A. We look at tigers for school A. I've colored the turquoise color there. Tigers, that section is x degrees. So a complete circle is 360 degrees. So 360 degrees minus the 60 degrees. So 360 degrees minus 60 degrees and then divide by 2 will give us x degrees, because there's 2 of them which are x. The tigers and the lions have the same angle, xx. So when we remove 60 from 360, we need to divide it by 2 just to get x, 1x of them, which is for the tiger only. So doing that, 360 minus 60 is 300. Half of 300 is 150 degrees. So it's 150 degrees for the Tigers in A. So number of students in school A would be 150 divided by 360 times 480, because there are 480 students. So that gives you 200 when you simplify that. And then for school B, number of students in school B is 90, because the angle for Tigers is 90. It's 90 divided by 360 times 760. That gives you 190. So the answer is no. 200 and 190 are different. So Henry is wrong. School A has 10 more. Question number 19. Here is a number line. Write down the inequality shown on the number line. We start at -3. We end at 1. Because it is shaded in black, we used less than or equals to, because that means it includes -3. And because this one is not shaded, we use less than because it doesn't include 1. So it's -3 less than or equals to P less than 1. Question 20. Find the lowest common multiple of 108 and 120. The best way to do that is to use the factor tree. So we'll do a factor tree for 108. So it's 36 times 3 is 108. 3 is a prime number, so we circle it. I've colored it there. 36 can be split into 3 and 12. 3 is a prime number, circle that. 12 is not. 12 can be split 2 times 6. 2 is a prime number, we'll circle it. And 6 can be split into 3 times 2. So these are all the prime numbers, the ones I've colored. So 108, we can write it as 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. We do 120. 120, we split it into 30 and 4. 30 times 4 is 120. 4, we split it into 2 times 2 is 4. 30, 6 times 5 is 30. And 6 is 3 times 2. So we end up with the ones I've circled there in red are all prime numbers. So we can write 120 as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. 120. So we look at the numbers which are found in both lists. So there's 2, which is found in there. There's 2 and there's 3. So to find the LCM, we first of all multiply those numbers which are found in both lists, and then multiply by the rest of the numbers, times 2, times 3, times 3, times 5. And I would do 2 times 5, which I put in yellow, that gives me 10. And then multiply 3 times 3 times 3, it gives 27 times 2, 54, times 2, 108. And 108 times 10 is 1080. Question number 21. There are 60 people in the choir. Half of the people in the choir are women. The number of women in the choir is 3 times the number of men in the choir. The rest of the people in the choir are children. The number of children in the choir is 2. The number of men in the choir equals to n is to 1. Work out the value of n. You must show how you get your answer. We want to find the number of men. So there are 60 people. Since half of the people are women, so we do 60 divided by 2, it gives you 30. So 30 would be men and children. But it says the number of women is 3 times the number of men. So we do 30 divided by 3, it gives you 10. So there are 10 men. Find the number of children. 60 is total, minus the number of women, minus the number of men. It gives you 20. So there are 20 children. So the next thing, the number of children is 20 and the number of men is 10. So it's 20 is to 10. So the number of children is 20 and the number of men is 10. 20 is to 10. So you divide by 10. 20 divided by 10 is 2. 10 divided by 10 is 1. So n is equals to 2. Is 2 is to 1. Question number 22. Work out 1 3/4 times 1 1/3. Give your answer as a mixed number. Now we want to change 1 3/4 to a mixed number, to an improper fraction. To change 1 3/4 to an improper fraction, so you do 1 times 4 plus 3. It gives you 7. 1 times 4 plus 3. 1 times 3 plus 1. 1 times 3 plus 1 divided by 3. It gives you 4/3. Now we would use those improper fractions. Now 7/4 times 4/3. If you notice there's 4 there and there's 4 there, you can cancel it. I've crossed it out. So you're left with 7/3. And 7 divided by 3, it's 3, 3, 2 of them, remainder 1. So it's 2 remainder 1/3, 2 1/3. Question number 23. Use a ruler and compasses to construct the line from the point P perpendicular to the line CD. You must show all your construction lines. So you got the line CD and the point P. So this is how you construct it, perpendicular from a point of a line. You go to step number 1. Place your compass point on P and swing an arc of any size that crosses the line twice. So you can see an arc there. It crosses the line twice. 1, 2. That's the arc. You place the compass and you do that. Step number 2. Place the compass point on one of the 2 locations, like this one or this one, where the arc crosses the line, and make a small arc below the line on the other side where P is not located. You put the compass there and you would make an arc down on this side, and you will do the same and you make an arc on that side. For step number 3, without changing the span on the compass, place the compass point on the other location where the first arc crosses the line and make another small arc. So you put it there and you make the next arc. You put it there and you make the arc. Step number 4, using a straight edge, connect the intersection of the 2 small arcs. So where the 2 small arcs meet, you draw it straight to the point, and that gives you the perpendicular from the point to the line. And here is a picture which shows after you've done the arc which crosses it. That's step number 2. You put it there. So this is showing you step number 2, where you put this and then you make the arc to cross at the bottom there, and you put it there to make the arc to cross there, and then after you will join the points. So those are some of the things you will do. Question number 24. The diagram shows the triangle ABC. ADB is a straight line. The size of angle DCB is to the size of angle ACD is 2:1. Work out the size of angle BDC. BDC, I've colored it in yellow. That's the angle we want, the one which is colored in yellow. Now let's find angle ACB. ACB is this angle there. We want to find that angle. So this angle, we know a triangle has 180 degrees. So 180 minus 75 and 180 minus 75 and minus 51 will give us 54. So we're looking at the triangle ABC. So 180 minus 75 minus 51 will give us 54. Now, we need to share that 54 in the ratio 2:1. So the size of angle DCB is to the size of angle ACD is 2:1. So 2 plus 1, it gives you 3. So 54 divided by 3, 2 plus 1 is 3. 54 divided by 3 is 18. So we know DCB is 2:1. So 2 times 18 is 36. So DCB is 36. Now we look at the triangle BDC. So 180 minus 51 minus 36. It gives us 93. Question number 25. 4 red bricks have a mean weight of 5 kilograms. 5 blue bricks have a mean weight of 9 kilograms. 1 green brick has a weight of 6 kilograms. Donna says the mean weight of the 10 bricks is less than 7 kilograms. Is Donna correct? You must show how you get your answer. First of all, we want to find the total weight of the 4 red bricks. There's 4 red bricks. We want to find the total weight. So the total weight of the 4 red bricks will be 5 times 4 will give you 20. Because the mean is 5 and there's 4. So it's total divided by 5 equals total divided by 4 equals to 5. 5 times 4 is 20, the mean weight of the 4 red bricks. The total weight of the 5 blue bricks, 9 times 5 is 45. And the total weight of the 10 bricks, there's 4 red, 5 blue, and 1 green. 4 plus 5 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So total weight of the 10 bricks is 20 for the red, 45 for the blue, plus 6 for the green. That gives you 71 bricks. So if you find the mean of the 70 of that bricks, it will be 71 divided by 10, which would give you 7.1. And 7.1 is not less than 7 kilograms. So is Donna correct? No, she is wrong. It is 0.1 more because 7.1 is the mean, and that is bigger than 7, which you get from 70 divided by 10. So the total weight is 71 and not 70. Question number 26. Simplify p squared bracket to the power 5. When you want to remove the bracket, you multiply the powers. So it's 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So it's p to the power 10. Simplify 12x to the power 7 y cubed divided by 6x cubed y. You divide the numbers. 12 divided by 6. 12 divided by 6, it gives you 2. When you do x to the 7 divided by x cubed, is subtract 7 minus 3, it gives you 4. And y cubed divided by y to the power 1 is 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1 gives you 2. So your answer is 2x to the 4 y squared. Question 27. The accurate scale drawing shows the positions of port P and the lighthouse L. So that's port P and the lighthouse L. Scale 1 centimeter represents 4 kilometers. Alina sails her boat from port P on a bearing of 070 degrees. She sails for 1.5 hours at an average speed of 12 kilometers per hour to port Q. Find the distance in kilometers of port Q from the lighthouse. So what we want to do is we want to draw the bearing 070 degrees. And to draw that bearing of 070 degrees from P, we would use your protractor and you will measure the angle of 70 degrees. So that's how I put the protractor, and you would measure that angle of 70 degrees. So the protractor there is And when you mark 70 degrees, you will draw the straight line. And then we'll go ahead to calculate the distance. The distance PQ is given by speed times the time. The speed is 12 kilometers per hour, and the time is 1.5 hours, which is 1.5. So 12 times 1.5 gives you 18. So the distance is 18 kilometers. Now we want to change it to centimeters. We know that 1 centimeter is equals to 4 kilometers. So we use the given scale. 18 divided by 4, it gives you 4.5 centimeters. So we want to draw 4.5 centimeters. So that's what we're going to do on the diagram. The distance from P to Q is 4.5 centimeters. So you would use the ruler and you would measure 4.5 centimeters and you will mark it on your diagram with your ruler, 4.5 centimeters. And that angle is 70 degrees. And that point where you mark it, that would be where Q. That's the complete answer for question 29.